Thank you, Marja, Kenikolo, Susanna, and Reetta for a very interesting panel discussion. We're coming close to the end of the event, but before we go into sort of the recap and key learnings of the event, I'd like everybody still to participate in the final poll of today. So please go in and ask the question or answer the question of what is your overall rating for the event, and we'll look into it very, very soon. But before we end this year's Women in Tech Forum, I'd like to go through some of the key learnings and insights that has been shared on the stage here today. As you all know, we need to close the gender gap in technology. We went through the numbers already, and it's pretty much concerning about the state of women in tech at this very moment. We know that only 3% of females says that a career in technology is their first choice. Only 17% of ICT specialists are women, and 93% of all the funding invested in tech companies are going to all male teams. Hence, this topic and the insights we've been giving here today have been very crucial. We all know diversity, inclusion, equality are key factors in order to succeed in this. We know diversity, it's not only about gender, it goes into different forms of ethnicities, sexual orientations, and whatnot. And inclusion is the key of making sure that everybody feels that they're part of a team, creating success together. It makes business sense to have a diverse organization. When we ask the question of you, how many of your organization are female? 85% answered less than 50%. But when we asked how many women are part of the C-level positions within your company, the number was much higher. But there the question comes into, percentage-wise, how much of the leadership in your team are represented by men and women in total? When looking into retaining women in technology, remember that we all need to be public about our diversity numbers within our organization. Look into your numbers, commit to them, and make a change happen. When looking into your recruitment processes, and ask if your pool is diverse enough. Like Ekaterina from Inventure mentioned, reach out to the people you want to have part of your team and ask them to apply for these tech roles. Technology is also more than just working on the tech roles. The best skills is the availability to learn new skills, whether they are soft or hard skills. Create these opportunities. For investors, think about, is your deal flow diverse enough? Who are the people writing the checks and making these investment decisions? Do you have a diverse board enough of people writing these checks? We need more women to start companies. We need more women to be promoted to leadership roles. And for founders owning tech companies, make sure to ask yourself, are you providing these equal opportunities for everybody in the organization? Career projections, why is it so that the higher we go up in an organization, the less women we see holding these C-level positions? And the toxic bro culture in the tech scene, is it still existing, or are we actually shifting towards a more diverse, inclusive, and equal scene? It's critical to also know that some people have experienced it, whereas some people doesn't. We also asked you about the gender biases. Over 90% of the audience thinks gender biases exist in technology. And when asking if you've been facing gender discrimination in the workplace, over 70% were answering yes. We need more role models and mentors and people to look up to. We also need more diverse role models and people that we can look up to. We need to avoid all male panels for tech events. And for any organization creating events, make sure you have a list of diverse people who can be the speakers, mentors for these events and programs for the futures. For tech positions, women are perceived as not being competent, whereas men are assumed to be competent by default. If you're thinking like this, you're biased. So to wrap it up in a nutshell, we need more role models and mentors. A diverse workplace is a strong workplace. Diverse teams perform better. Diversity is good for business. With diversity, we are also creating better products and services. And diversity makes the world a better place. Hence, it's our job to encourage fellow women to join the tech scene. I still like to quote what Marja Miettinen, one of the founders of Women in Tech, said earlier today in the program. Let's talk about women in tech and include all genders in the conversation as well. We need to make the change together to ensure that the tech scene is more diverse, equal, and inclusive in the future. And it's not only about talking, but acting. And we know what to do once this event is over. Thank you. So, to look into the results of the poll, we just asked you about what is your overall rating for the event. It's great to see that most of the people think that the event has been fantastic so far, totally amazing. And I'm sure that everybody, also people here at the event venue and online, has been experiencing a best Women in Tech forum by far. Before closing the event, I'd still like to thank a lot of people who've been here today. I want to thank everybody who's been here with us at the event venue, people joining us online, all the partners, producers, organizers, and speakers of the event. If you joined us later today or had to leave earlier, don't worry, the streaming will be available on the Women in Tech Finland's YouTube channel, so you can watch it later and share it with your friends and people in your companies to learn more about what we've been discussing about here today, because it's not only about what's been speaking about here, it's about sharing the knowledges forward. And if you haven't still checked the LinkedIn Women in Tech Forum group or page, please go in there still. You have some time to get connected with people who joined the event here today. I want to thank you all. My name is Jessica Blechingberg. I've been your host here today. This was Women in Tech Forum 2020, and I hope to see all of you here with us next year. Thank you.